Morning, I've got Tyson from Graphicsman here today. How you doing, Tyson?
Good, thank you. Good to be here.
Excellent. I first want to talk about your commercial because I think you got Naomi Shore to kind of like, did you write the jingle? Did you ask her to write
what?
it?
No, I told her that my slogan, make something special, I wanted to have that embodied in something that we could hear on the radio.
Yeah.
And yeah, she ran with it. It was a brilliant. She grabbed onto a riff from Midnight Special
Absolutely, yeah.
and turned it into something that is a kind of a local earworm.
Right? Something special, you could even say.
I suppose it would be, yeah.
Yeah, because I know the first time I heard it, I was like, because you don't hear jingles as much anymore. Obviously,
it is sort of a less common.
Yeah.
I'm an '80s guy.
Yeah.
At heart, and I was raised around jingles, and I really wanted to have something for myself, and she really knocked it out of the park on that one. Yeah.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, Tyson, if people haven't heard the jingle or don't know what you're all about, because you've been doing this for some time, tell us a bit about Graphicsman. What kind of services and things do you do there?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I've had a long history with printing T-shirts and signs and whatnot. Mm-hmm. When I first moved to Fort St. John, I had left my studio in Dawson Creek to come here when my wife moved her office. She works for the paving company.
Gotcha.
And they moved their office and invested in Fort St. John. So we all climbed aboard and become Fort St. Johnians. And ever since, I've been making things look nice for everybody.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a lot of different things, right? You've mentioned, I think I was looking at your website, T-shirts, custom signs, and decals. You do like decals for cars and stuff too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, a lot of the T-shirts and hoodies that I make are the kind of projects where people aren't getting a whole bunch of them. It's just one or two for a special in-joke with their friends or whatever, and I really appreciate the opportunity to make something special like that for people. It gives me a good feeling to be a part of that.
You still doing like stickers and stuff like bumper stickers?
Oh yeah, for sure. Anything. I've got different types of vinyl that we can print on, and my large format printer handles everything from hard hat decals all the way up to billboards and everything in between. So it's a different fun day every morning.
I suppose thinking now to kind of why you got into this, that must have been part of it, right? I mean, you already mentioned it. You were doing this before in Dawson Creek too, right? Has this kind of been a lifelong passion for you? Graphic design, designing, drawing, art? Even
back in high school and earlier, my teachers respected my creativity and willing to put pen onto paper, as it were, back in the day. Mm-hmm. Computers now have made it a lot easier to make special things. Mm-hmm. I spent a good portion of my formative teenage years with a silk screening press.
Oh, okay.
And learned the ropes from my uncle, who had a T-shirt shop in Banff. Mm-hmm. And he did signs and T-shirts, kind of a lot like what I'm doing right now. And I've always been the most comfortable doing those kinds of projects.
Yeah. Was this something when you were, because I assume you kind of had a predilection for art when you were even younger? Were you like, this is how I want to do this? Or were you thinking was this something you sort of fell into because it was sort of a family business? Or was this kind of the plan all along for you, that you'd use your art to make things for yourself and for people who wanted, things to sell or merchandise or things on their cars?
It's hard to pinpoint how it all came together. I sort of have imposter syndrome about artistry.
Yeah.
There's so many fantastic artists out there, and it breaks my heart to see them looking for work, because it's, art is important in the communities. And but the fact of the matter is, a lot of people have a strong concept that they already it's finished and they just need to stick it together. And that's where I think I'm doing the most help for everybody right now.
Gotcha. Yeah. But I suppose in the case of someone who maybe doesn't have, or their concept isn't necessarily visual yet, they're like, I've got an idea. These are our colors. This is sort of what we're going for. You can do that too, right?
Absolutely.
You can kind of work with a client and say,
that's the easy part for me. And I feel like that's, I've been getting a few, like they're smaller jobs, it's usually one or two pieces that somebody's looking for. And a lot of the companies in town don't have time to sit with the people and really develop a concept or whatever the case may be for one or two pieces. It's not as strong of a business model, but I like taking on those types of jobs because they mean something special to people.
And then, as you've sort of said already, you can then take that, if it's, say, a company logo, for example, and you can put it on a sticker, on a T-shirt, hat, a car, a billboard, as you said, right? And make it useful. A website, another way of sort of spreading it, right?
Yeah,
you can kind of put it on just about anything and in any format, eh?
I mean, that's pretty broad, but I bet you we could put it on anything.
Yeah, maybe if someone was like, put our logo on the Death Star, you'd be like, that might be a little out of my reach.
No, I can totally do that.
Okay, I love this. I love this, Tyson. Challenge.
I mean, Disney's going to come at us with some sort of...
The fact that we've mentioned Death Star, this video is already being muted. Tyson, if somebody wants to ask you about your services, kind of come talk to you about whether they have, as you say, a strong concept already, or just want to find out what you can do for them, what's the best way? Should they come see you? Should they give you a call?
Yeah, they can pop into my studio. I'm there Monday to Friday. It's 10514 on 101st Ave, across from Gators Gym. If you prefer sending an email, that's a great way of catching up with me. It's info@gfxm.ca. I've been trying to get GFXM to stick in people's heads around here for the longest time. I feel like it's been a half a decade. Actually, it has been a half a decade that I've been trying to make GFXM into a thing, and it's not going to be a thing. So I'm going to just turn it into graphicsman.ca again, and I think we're going to roll forward with the full non-abbreviated name.
Gotcha. And I should say I was looking at your website, which again is gfxm.ca, and there's lots of good info on there, including some of the products you can buy. And by the way, I do want to say quickly, as I understand it, you have stuff that's already just made for people to buy too, right?
No.
Okay, so it's all sort of like
a studio. My showroom has a lot of pieces. A stock, if you will.
Gotcha.
Of T-shirts that are ready to print.
Okay.
And I've got a few samples up on the walls, but they're mostly just to showcase the type of work that I do.
Gotcha. Okay.
Everything. Yeah. I mean, it's easy enough to come up with a concept and put it into play.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, again, go see Tyson today, 10514 101st Ave, across from Gators Gym, GXFM.
Right. Yeah. You know what? I'm loading up graphicsman.ca this week. I'm doing it.
You can follow him on Facebook, too, for more information. Tyson, nice to see you. Thanks for coming by today.
Thanks.
Join us next Thursday for the next edition of Vocal for Local, brought to you by the Fort St. John Co-op. If you have a small business and would like to be featured for free, call us at 787-7100 or email reception@moosefm.ca.
Mobile One Lube Express in Fort St. John is proud to serve this amazing